All right, friends. Hey, today we're going to talk about obstacles. You know best practices. You went to a seminar, you got a certification, you've read a book, a magazine, you're watching some YouTube videos talking about reliability and maintenance best practices. You understand it, you know what you need to do. Obstacles get in your way. You're a culture. You're special. Something's going on at your site. You cannot break through this obstacle. I know what to do. I'm not allowed to do it because of this boulder that's in my way. You know, it could be a management decision, could be a piece of equipment, could be spending challenges. I'm going to start a series. I've got 5 of them lined up, a video series here for you around common obstacles I see. Now, everybody thinks they're unique, and there are some nuances to your plant. I'll be honest, every plant's a little bit unique. You got to see what your wastes are. But there are some common waste. Everybody thinks that they're alone in this battle, and you're not. You're not alone in it. So I'm going to attack some of those common obstacles, give you some ideas and some from experiences and stories of what I've been involved with. Okay, so hopefully that'll help. So those obstacles, they're going to be out there. Nobody deploys reliability maintenance best practices without running to obstacles. 100% of the time, I can promise you, you will have problems and difficulties, and you'll need to be creative and innovative on how do you work that. Today, we're going to talk about I can't hire people. I can't hire anybody. You know, we're restricted on our head count. We cannot go up anymore. Very common problem. I rarely don't see this in a plant where head count is not restricted by management. This is Joe Kuhn of Lean-Driven Reliability, bridging the gap between the best practices that you know you should be doing but just can't figure out how to get it done because of obstacles in your plant. So let's get started here. I can't hire people. Let's go through an example, okay? I have 25 mechanics and electricians on site. I've got 2 supervisors. I got no planners, okay? So very easily, you can see in there, hey man, for 25 people, we really need to hire a planner. That would be a best practice, right? And I've watched a lot of Joe's videos. He's always talking about having a kit or stager, and we waste so much time at the beginning of the shift not having our parts, pieces, and equipment in line and staged out the job site. So I really want to add a kitter, and I want to add a planner, and I bring this to my boss, and they say no. So here I am, complaining that I want to add these 2 positions, and I keep being told no. So I know these best practices, okay? Folks, headcount is not the problem at your site. It's not the problem. It's a money issue. 10 times out of 10, it's a money issue. The financials don't add up for the plant manager or the leadership team and to something acceptable, and headcount is something that you can easily control. If somebody retires, resigns, or wins the lottery and they leave, that's $100,000 that the plant manager wants to take and put into the financials. $100,000 per craft employee is a number that I use. Easy math. It's pretty correct in my circles. So you don't have a headcount problem. You have a problem with the leadership not having a better plan. They don't have any idea what to do, so they say let's freeze headcount. And then every person that leaves is $100,000 we're putting in the coffers, okay, to make the financials look good. Stop arguing about the financials. Stop thinking about the company being greedy. That's not your issue. Your issue is to solve the problem and drive a reliability culture. And, there's other people, the leadership decides how much money they want to make. Stop arguing about it, okay? Stop it. The problem is not that you can't hire people. It's like I said, the problem is management needs a solution to generate savings in cost, okay? And, I've been talking about waste here this is my 147th video. So management doesn't have a better plan. It's your job to give them a better plan. I can't stress this enough, that when you have a hiring freeze, they're waving a flag of desperation. We have no better ideas than this. This is the best we got. Hiring freeze. Folks, and honestly, that's extremely lame. Hopefully that translates around the world. It's a lame plan to freeze headcount. That's just bad. You should target waste. So your challenge as a maintenance professional, as a maintenance manager, as a plant manager is to provide an alternative. Okay, so here's an example. You observed waste time at your plant, wrench time, wrench time, which is waste. It's currently at 15%, very common number, and I'm being generous in a lot of cases. If you think your number's higher than that, give me a call, let's talk about it. I'm telling you, high probability I'm right, or I'm being too generous by saying 15%. So you want to add these two positions, and you believe your team says, hey, we should be able to get to 25% wrench time in 6 months. I mean, and that's a pretty easy number if you focus on it. And if you're real with yourself, you see it, it's pretty easy to get to 25 from 15. So let's do some math. 15% wrench time on 25 persons, just using 45 hours a week. I just picked the number. That's 169 effective hours per week. So that's the efficient wrench turning, productive work is 169 hours a week. So how many people does it take to have the exact same effective wrench time, that 169, at 25% wrench time? The number's 15. So you can have 10 less people at, let's look at this another way. 15 people at 25% wrench time give you the exact same output as 25 people at 15% wrench time. So you can get it done with 10 less people. So here's your proposal. You go to the boss man, lady, person, team, whatever you got, and say, I want to add 2 positions, okay? 2 positions, this kidder stager and then the planner. But my commitment to you is we're going to go down 6 people that are wrench turners, six craft people. We got that many people retiring, just normal attrition, getting promoted. Things happen where we can go down in head count. An alternative to that is you can reduce your overtime from 45 hours down to 40 hours or even something like 38. But you can capture the money in attrition most of the time, and maybe in probably a combination of wrench time and overtime pretty easily. So your trade-off to the leadership team is, you give me 2, I'll give you back 6. That's a net reduction of 4 people at the plant site. That's an immediate savings, and I used $100,000 per craft employee. I've used $150,000 for the cost of a planner, $100,000 for the kidder. Your immediate savings, trust me on this math, is $350,000. Immediate savings. So allow me to add these 2 positions that we don't have right now. I'll give you $350,000. That's a net reduction of 4 people in heads. Also, we're going to have 4 more people freed up for this efficiency, due to this efficiency work that we're doing. We're gonna have 4 more people freed up to fund a PDM team, to fund a problem-solving team, any special project, and to work on this backlog. And the backlog is just not a number, it's actually causing pain in the organization, waste in the organization. So you get the savings of $350,000, and you get people to work on new problems because of efficiency that you drove. Hey folks, you got to challenge your leadership to define the problem. The problem is not we can't hire people or people are the problem. The problem is not headcount. I promise you, it has never been headcount for me, okay? Work the problem, and you got to believe in best practices. This is for you. When you say you want to add these 2 positions of a kidder, stager, and planner, you got to put your money in the pot saying, I can go down 6 people for this. My efficiency is going to be 10. You're kind of hedging your bet a little bit about being right, correct? Because you got a fluff of 4 in that math. You got to believe the results are going to come, and that's I've made several videos on believing in reliability and maintenance best practices. This is where it comes true. You're saying, give me 2, I'll give you 6. That's a great deal for everybody. Give them a plan that's better than a headcount freeze. I'm telling you, your boss, your plant manager, your leadership team, they hate hiring freeze. They just don't have any better ideas, okay? They're out of ideas. You got to help solve that. Hey, folks, begin your journey. This isn't that hard. Let me know if I can give you a hand. Drop me an email, send me a comment. I respond to 100% of them, and I'm here to help. Thanks. Bye.